Not too long ago, I gave you a video of what I every day carried in the 1970s. And then I followed up with what I carried every day in the 1980s. And in this video, I'd like to share with you some of the things that I carried in the 1990s. And greetings and welcome back to the channel, and welcome if it's your first time here. Yeah, the 70s, the 80s, and now the 90s. Will I go beyond this video? I don't know. But anyways, the 90s, some of you really liked the 90s. Some of you didn't like the 90s. Whatever it was, it's in the past now. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I carried every single day. I'll put everything into context for you before I get going. By day, I was a framing contractor. I built a lot of buildings, houses, and things like that, all out of wood. I was always in a forklift or had a tool bag on, and I was pounding nails. And by night, I was a blues man. I was playing in a blues band. I was the lead guy in the blues band. So this video will kind of show you what my lifestyle was like. So here we go. Let's get on with our first item. So being in construction, I needed a flashlight because I would be up really early and I'd be fixing things, you know, like compressors and nail guns, and it was kind of dark out, especially in the wintertime. So I thought I was really, you know, getting into the modern age when I got this flashlight, this mini mag or mag light. I'm not sure if it's a mini. Yeah, it does say mini on it. So it had a little pouch, and I carried this on my belt, and I think it even still works. I can't remember the last time I put batteries in it. It's been in a drawer for who knows how long, but it still works. It's kind of like a yellow amber kind of warm feeling. It's kind of nice, but I know they changed to LEDs and things like that. But anyway, there's my mag light, or mini mag. And let's see. Well, because this is kind of like a knife channel. How dare you? I had this in my pocket every single day during the 90s. And also in the 80s. I did not feature this knife in the 80s video though. This one's been around, well, all this time. It's a little Stockman from Old Timer, carbon steel. We've got the, what is this one? The pen blade. You can see I haven't looked after it for a while. I haven't carried this in a long time. Again, this sits in the same drawer as that guy there. Some of you watching this video right now are going to know the model number and all the details of this knife. And that is what I carried every single day in my pocket. Okay, so construction. All right, so because I was in construction and I had several employees working for me, I used to carry this thing all the time as well. Now this thing here, I can't even remember how to open it, to be honest. I don't think I have any tapes. It was like a little mini cassette. So I'd be in the forklift, maybe I'd be driving around the construction site, you know, a bunch of lumber. And then I would remember maybe I need to pick up some nails, or I need to get some staples, or I need to get my compressor fixed. I talk about fixing my compressor a lot because I did that a lot too. So I carried this thing and I would just talk into it and leave myself a message. I don't even think the batteries are, yeah, there's no batteries in it. But I use this thing a ton. And it was kind of a pain trying to remember where you were in the messages. I mean, this counter, you'd have to write down where the thing started, so where your message started, and keep it in a notebook, and so you could always go back. But anyways, we've come a long ways, but I do miss this kind of stuff. I do miss these devices. So anyways, I carried this a lot, and I also used it for musical ideas. So I'd be maybe somewhere where I had an idea for a song. Sometimes I would just hum it into this thing, or my harmonica, I'd play the riff that I was kind of going for. And so I use this thing quite a bit for that. and I carried it every day. Okay, so construction. Well, let's step away from construction for a little bit. This is the watch that I wore. I carried this on my person. All right, cut. You know how you can't stand that word. Why are you using it? You hate it when you see it in other people's videos. No wonder you're killing this channel. This is the DW 5600, I think. Yeah, DW 5600. This one here, I've looked high and low trying to get the bezel and the strap, but unfortunately it's not on. I can't just buy the bezel and strap anymore. It's kind of vintage. But anyway, here it is. It still works. I put a battery in it not too long ago. I featured on this channel. And yeah, I went through so many watches.
What the hell is that?
When I was in construction, just being hard on them. And my mom got me this in 1991. It never left my wrist until probably 2010 maybe. No, 2005, somewhere in there. So it was on my wrist for quite a long time, changed the batteries. But this one stood the test of time. The only thing is that resin just kind of ate away and disintegrated. But other than that, if I still had this replacement stuff on here, I'd be wearing this one all the time. So that's my watch from the 90s. Shown it to you many times on this channel. Construction. So I was fixing things, like I said, all the time. And then I came across the Gerber Mr. Pinchy. And this is what I used to make all those repairs. Featured this one on this channel a couple of times. Big pain in the butt to use. No locking tools. You know, you got your knife, your lanyard, your can opener, bottle opener, whatever. Again, nothing locks. I don't want to mess around with this on the camera because I'll surely poke myself and not have fun and not finish this video. So, file, serrated blade. The pouch that it came with, I still have. It's somewhere in a box around the house. It had some extra little bits in there, so it was kind of handy. If memory serves, I think it had something to do with this little Phillips. Maybe there was a bit extender or something that fit on it. I can't remember now. But anyways, I use this a lot, just like this as well. You know, extension cords, when they broke or got cut, sometimes you had to change the male or female end. I use this all the time. They're usually Phillips. Got a flathead in here as well. That's primarily what I use most of the time. And of course, the pliers. The pliers I actually used in the wrong way. I was crimping compressor hoses. You know, I don't know if you know those couplings, but yeah, I was using this. And of course, when you put a lot of pressure on there and your skin gets caught in between here and your hands are really cold, you will really kind of feel that. So Mr. Pinchy, carried him all the time. Now, Mr. Pinchy got replaced by my employees. They bought me a Christmas present one year and they replaced it with this guy, the Buck tool. And I still remember where I was when they gave this to me. And I was really happy that they went out and chipped their money together and got me this because they knew I liked multi-tools. So this is what replaced it. I found it very fascinating, and I still kind of do. I don't carry it every day anymore. It's just part of the collection, but I don't know. This whole thing I found it to be fascinating. Yeah, it's a little, you know, it's not a one-handed thing anymore like the Arc and things like that, but still, I thought it was a good gesture, and let's look at the tool set here if we can get into it. How the heck did I do that? I can't remember now if this had to be. All right, so we got a little flathead here. These ones don't lock either, but digging these tools out is a pain. We got a partially serrated blade and other things in there. Yeah, I could see myself nicking myself if I'm not careful. Some of you are familiar with this one. I don't think it was very popular. Does it lock? I don't think so. No, maybe it does. How does it unlock? It's been a while since I used this. It does lock. All right, so how does it, oh, here it is right here. Now it's coming back to me now. So the buck tool, and you can see it's got the, what tools, you got a knife, flathead, a bigger flathead, and another flathead, and the serrated blade, can opener, Phillips, and another Phillips. So the buck tool. Now, of course, in construction, you know, you got to have a cell phone, right? Now, I had a lot of cell phones in the 90s. I mean, I went through them like crazy, but the one that I loved the most, used the most, and used it till about 2002, I think it was around there, is this guy. That's right, it's the StarTAC. Love it. Unfortunately, I lost the power cable to it, so I can't even turn it on and let you listen to the great ringtones. The ringtones were awesome. If it was possible for me to bring this back to life right now, I would. Absolutely. I just love that sound. I had a little piggyback on the back here where, I can't remember what it was called, but you could store numbers on there and you clip it on your belt. Thing was, I just loved it. Still love it. If I could find the power cord just to power it up and, I don't know, do something with the ringtones. Battery here. I think I had a couple of these. This is LCD. I believe I had one prior to this that was LED. It was red on a black background. That one was really cool. That one, I always liked those red LED lights. The LCD was okay too, but I remember when text messaging first came in, I couldn't stand it. I still don't like text messaging today. The StarTAC. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I did mention I was in the blues, and as a blues man, I wore these. I had some silver ones as well. Some of you might remember these. Kind of a strange looking sunglass. Don't think I would wear them today, but this is what I wore on stage. And these are the originals. They've been through Hell's Half Acre, or whatever that means. But yeah, I really like them. Actually, I wrote to this company when I was kind of reaching some pretty good popularity in my blues show. And they actually responded. I was hoping that they were going to sponsor me because I wore these all the time. Like I said, I had the silver ones and I had a black pair as well. They show up in some of the videos that I show you guys from time to time. But anyway, I was hoping that they would sponsor me. And unfortunately, they didn't. And I actually wrote a letter to Grand Marnier as well because we were drinking so much Grand Marnier back then. I thought, wow, how cool would it be if they sponsored us? But anyways, so there you go. These are the glasses I wore as a blues man. And I wore them also in construction, and I wore them wherever I was going. So yeah, I wore these a lot in the 90s. And last but not least is my blues harp. This is what got me going. This is not my original from the day. I've gone through so many harmonicas. Some of you know that the more you play them, the more they get worn out and you have to replace them. These ones here, you can kind of fix them if you really, really want to, but most of these are disposable. The chromatics for sure. But anyways, a little side story, how I started learning how to play the harmonica is I was driving a 5-speed pickup truck, and I was steering with my left knee, and I was operating the cassette player, rewind, forward, rewind on the cassette player of the truck. And I would always stop and then find the lick I was looking for. And I'd be holding this with both hands, and I'm steering with my knee, my left knee. until I got the lick that I was trying to get. And once I learned that lick, I just kept moving on. So I did this for years, and I kept one or two because they're always different keys. Depends on what song you're learning and what riff you're learning. It's kind of nice to have a couple of different keys. But another side story, I was driving to work early in the morning, going to, construction, because I was playing at nighttime and working by day. I'm driving in the morning. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm, practicing my harmonica, but I'm also eating at the same time. So I put the harmonica in the ashtray, my ashtray harmonicas, and I'm eating bacon and eggs, and I got pulled over. So the officer comes over, I roll down the window, he sees that I had bacon and eggs kind of going on the same time. He didn't know about the harmonica, and he sort of reprimanded me, and he said, "What, no toast?" And he kind of joking, he was trying to making light of the situation. And I said, I didn't have time. But anyway, that's a true story. He let me go. Good humor, everything was good. But that's that 90s. So yeah, did I carry all of this stuff in my pocket at the same time? No. But you know where I'm going here. This was on my belt. This was on my wrist. This was on my belt. This was in my pocket. This was on my head. This was on a little pouch. This was deep in my pocket, and that was on a pouch. Some days I had all of this going on, but that was the 90s. So anyways, this concludes the trilogy, the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know what you think of, the 90s for yourself. What did you carry? And all that other good stuff. All right? In the meantime, and in between time,